Spring 2008, the University of Iowa. After a long winter, the campus transitions to summer. Iowans are accustomed to severe weather in spring, and as meteorologist Joe Winters explains, 2008 sees its share.
First of all, we recall the winter. We had very, very heavy snows. In fact, record snows in many locations, or near record snows, upwards of 60 inches. Because of that, that left the ground very saturated across much of Iowa and throughout the upper Midwest. Secondly, we had very, very heavy spring rains. We had rains of 6 to 12 inches across some portions of southern Minnesota, northern Iowa as we moved through spring in a very short period of time. All that started to feed into the river valleys.
The first 6 months of 2008 will be the wettest in Iowa history. With a major river running right through campus, University of Iowa administrators pay close attention.
We knew that we had a saturated ground as the spring started, but as the rain kept coming, we started to get levels rising in the reservoir north of us.
As sandbag dikes are built, the low-lying arts campus is evacuated, along with most of the art museum's valuable collection.
We were hoping at the time would be the worst decision we made, that we put everyone through this inconvenience and it not be necessary. What it turned out to be was an effort that saved millions of dollars in assets.
On the East Bank as well, sandbagging activity accelerates as the river continues to rise.
No one was giving up. No one ever thought about stepping back and just saying, here comes the water, let's just get out of the way. We spent a lot of time trying to fortify the Union. Similarly, in the Advanced Technology Laboratory, what could we move out of harm's way? In that lab, it was clear that we were going to see something unprecedented.
We were well protected for the 100-year flood. It's when the river became much more than the 100-year flood that we were beyond the plan at that point, and we were reacting in the moment.
As the sandbag levees were being built, they had to go back and rebuild those to higher elevations.
None of that could have been done without the help of an enormous volunteering effort. And we watched that volunteering effort grow daily.
The university's call for volunteer help brings people from around the community to the campus.
The stark contrasts of young women next to Amish, next to prisoners, next to anyone else who had come down there to volunteer, and the community spirit that this built. I mean, everybody was in this.
For safety and security reasons, the university suspends all classes and operations, and the following morning brings the largest turnout yet of volunteer help. As efforts are redoubled, Iowa's elected officials visit Iowa City to lend their support.
He called me and he said, are you getting what you need? And I said, frankly, Governor, we could use help. And he said, I'm sending the National Guard. And had they not come, we wouldn't have been in nearly the kind of shape that we were when the water finally crested.
We believed 1993 was a high water mark. It was going to be the sample for flooding planning at that point. 1993 was frankly crushed by the 2008 flood. We hired two of the largest recovery companies in the nation to bring them in. They began to do a cleanup work, a severe cleanup work. Staffs of 400 scour the affected parts of the campus and then go through a muck-out process, as they call it, where they begin to clean all of the surfaces in these buildings, tear out the drywall that might be affected, those kinds of things.
We will have metal studs and concrete walls and concrete floors left to dry out when the cleanup effort is completed.
Despite the considerable damage to Iowa's campus, flooding is far more severe in other Iowa communities.
Cedar Rapids was extreme. Over 4,000 homes had to be evacuated. Probably, it sounds like half of those homes may not be able to be reoccupied. Hundreds of businesses had to be evacuated, so we've never had flooding of this magnitude in the state of Iowa before.
On the UI campus and in surrounding communities, there are numerous challenges in getting back to business.
We have begun the recovery process already. Construction contracts are already underway. The work will be considerable and will be long, but we're well into it now.
We're getting up and we're going to get back to business that's not normal. It's going to be better than normal.
Moving forward from the flood of 2008, the university embraces the challenge to better learn from this dynamic feature of the UI campus.
I keep telling people that with adversity comes opportunity. And in fact, as we start to think about our issues moving forward, and I think water is a logical focus for us. We already have a strength there, and we have a living laboratory right out here in our backyard that only a university could see as an asset.
The preceding program was produced by the University of Iowa in association with the Big Ten Network.